When we bought our van recently, we wanted a flat floor in the back because you may remember what I said here during our test drive. So continue to watch our videos to see how we put a camping toilet into a Citroen Dispatch van. Originally, I'd looked at Citroen's optional extra non-slip floor, but it looks nothing like the interior of the Citroen Dispatch. The dealer offered to have the floor ply-lined, but after watching this video, I thought I could do better. This is the sort of thing I wanted, something I could remove and replace, because if you remember, we're eventually fitting a camping toilet. I wanted proper screw threads in the floor. First thing, however, was to buy the flooring, which we purchased from Advanced Technical Panels, a division of James Latham, which makes buffalo board, and this is their collection point at their Leeds depot. We'd pre-ordered 3 8x4 boards, 2 at 12mm thickness and 1 at 9mm thickness. And after paying, we waited for the boards to come to us on a forklift. We'd had the van's bulkhead removed at the dealer so as to let daylight into the back of the van, and it's a good job we had, because the boards would not have fitted in the van. There was just enough space on the cab platform to pull the boards inward to enable the rear doors to shut. Another thing which was discovered was Citroen hadn't put any backs on the seats, possibly thinking no one would ever remove the bulkhead. So with van loaded, it was back home. And then an underfloor survey to see where the fixings could go. I strapped a GoPro to a sweeping brush to video the underside of the van. Apologies for the camera shake. I wanted to see if there were any plain surfaces under the floor ribs which the inner side of a riv nut could successfully clamp to, like these. Every part of the rib floor is clear of things like the diesel tank, exhaust system and brake pipes, so the crude method of screwing down ply lining doesn't puncture anything, except perhaps the spare tyre, which you'll see in a moment squeezed between the carrier and the van floor. You can see the sound deadening pads stuck to the underfloor and inside the floor ribs, and it's doubtful that a riv nut would clamp up there. So I was looking for where the underside was just painted metal, and getting an idea where and how many riv nuts I would be able to use. It was difficult to see everywhere under the rear part of the van, due to the spare wheel hiding a good portion of the floor. So to get a better look, I removed the spare wheel to get a better idea of where the riv nuts could go. I wanted at least 2 about 2 feet from the back on the offside, which is where the camping toilet will sit. And that was the side that didn't have any sound deadening pads. The other side really only had space for 1 riv nut. The section in the middle of the floor has no ribs. The ribs are 9mm in height, so the first thing to do was to make a spacer board out of the 9mm buffalo board. obviously it won't sit down because bit's sticking up. Or is it?
It seems to be missing them.
Yeah.
I could have gone a bit tighter up, why?
It don't matter because it's going to be all fastened down. Just make sure it don't move when I do this. Not very nice on these. Let it move. There, right, so you can just double check your measurements and everything. It's flush up. And then to cut out pieces to fit round step mouldings and the circular dimples in the floor. Our attention then turned to making some spacing pads for the corners, where the cargo tie-down rings fit. These were also to be used to hold the floor down, as well as the riv nuts. The tie-down anchor points had not been welded at equal distances from the sides.
Because I need to square that off. Yeah. From here to there it's 28.
Yeah, well that's motor manufacturers. Then it was making sure the 12mm buffalo board would fit, and lining up the tie-down anchor points and cutting out a rear section to clear the rear door latching plate. Yeah, trap my fingers.
Oh yeah.
With that, and
perfect, I can see it all there.
You can.
That's 18. That was 18.
I reckon we'll rub it off by accident. So when I extend that way, that line, you get your T square on it. Do you want me to get this bit? Tall fella. Let tall fella do. Have it easy. Right, you got it? Yeah. Right, to me, to you. Watch out. Oh, sorry. Got it.
Yeah.
And then
That's just going to go anywhere.
making sure that that can't travel backwards.
Oh, I see.
Yeah? We've got the floor in now. So have a clamp.
Yeah, I can see it's lined up.
Yeah, clear.
That's absolutely a good eye.
We'll go in. Expert. Clear. Yeah, perfect that, right? We then had to find the centres of the floor ribs using rudimentary references because there were no other places to measure from. And rather than making measuring mistakes, we made measuring sticks for each hole. Right, you go and have a look.
Looks more promising that.
You reckon up there?
Yeah.
If I go at that point, I'm going directly into that rib.
What's the drilling it?
Yeah. It's going to be up to there, and then it's going to be there.
Now I'm going to go other ones.
Squared off. loosely bolt it and trim it.
I've got it at 22.
Let me just double check then. At this height, yeah, I get 22.
Right.
Let's just swap places and do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22. Same. Right. Whack it down. Tighten it. Right, where's that chalk stick? I have to circle it. That's it. That's that circled. Yeah. Double check this one. Circled.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's okay. Oh, chalk stick. Make them sure. That's that one. Is lined up with that. That is flush up to there. That's on there. And if we pick a point that's right on the end there.
Yeah, right in there. Yeah.
Is it that way or that way? It don't really matter, does it? That's still in the right position that it should therefore be. Right, so right, that's something wrong here. Unfortunately, we ran out of space on the SD card in the GoPro, so what we didn't get was how to put the riv nuts in the floor. So this is the demonstration. So what I'm going to do now is show you how the riv nuts went in on this piece of aluminium. And so using a 7mm drill, which is the drill we used, and switching the drilling machine on, this is how it went in. So anyway, right, first of all, to drill a hole in this piece of aluminium at 7mm. Right, so that's the hole drilled, and then I'll just kind of clean it up the other side. And let's try it first. This is the mandrel. This is the mandrel, and it's This particular size is M5. This is a M5 rivet nut. It goes onto the mandrel. Set like that. Everything's adjusted. These bits adjust. Goes through the hole like that. And these nuts, rivet nuts, are quite hard to compress with one hand, so I'll just try and get it started. So I'm struggling now, I must admit, so I'm going to get it started. There, you can probably see that it started to go over. Now it's easy when this representing the floor is the floor and not floating about. These are steel rivet nuts and they're very hard. Aluminium ones are softer, but you wouldn't put aluminium into a steel floor because of the corrosion it can cause. Anyway, this is how they go in, and that's how they compress up on the underside. So that's the footage. By the way, just unscrew this mandrel. Comes out of the floor, this pretend floor, this piece of aluminium, and there you are. And there's some practice ones done earlier of different sizes, and that's what appears in the van floor, slightly raised by about 1mm. And you know, apologies that we couldn't get the footage. We've got the footage of one being compressed, which I'll show you next.
Well, it's recording anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Looks perfect to me.